Let's begin lying back. Lay down and let the soles of the feet come together and open your knees wide. Close your eyes and start to deepen your breath. Begin to arrive. Bring the knees together and plant both feet on the mat. Lay your left leg long and pull your right knee into your chest. Then hug it in for a gentle stretch. Supine twist. Drape the right leg across your body. Send your right arm to the right. Turn your gaze to the right and settle in. Bring the feet back to the mat. Stretch your right leg long and pull your left knee in as you squeeze it toward your ribs. Supine twist. Left leg across your body. Left arm goes left. Gaze goes left. Relax into the floor. Come back to center. Extend your right leg to the sky, left leg long to the mat, and interlace your hands behind your right hamstring. Then gently pull the leg in toward your face. Release the right foot down to the floor. Pull your left knee into your chest. Interlace your hands behind your left hamstring, right leg long on the mat. Lengthen your left leg and draw it in toward your chest. Plant the left foot down. Send your right foot to the ceiling, then cross your right ankle over your left knee for a figure 4 stretch. Reach your right hand through the legs and wrap both hands around the left hamstring, pulling it down to increase the stretch. Let the hips be heavy. Feel a stretch in the sacrum and the outer right hip. Soften the shoulders down and soften your face. Release both feet to your mat. Left side figure 4. Cross the left ankle over the right knee and weave the left hand in between the legs. Capture the hamstring with both palms and then recline back. Soften your hips and soften your face. Release. Bring both feet back to the earth. Happy baby. Draw both knees in wider than your rib cage. Reach for the outer feet or the hamstrings and exhale as you pull on the legs, flattening your back against the mat. Relax into the floor for a moment. Grab behind your hamstrings and come up to a comfortable seated position. Raise your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward over your legs and drape your arms out in front. Slowly walk your hands back to a seat. Find tabletop. Roll over your shins and plant your hands. Stretch the right leg straight back behind you and reach the left arm long in front. As you breathe out, bring your back knee forward to connect with your left elbow. Round the upper back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl the spine and connect elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, tabletop. Second side, left leg back, right arm in front. Exhale, connect elbow and knee. Inhale, lengthen your limbs long. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, stretch arm long, leg long. Exhale, tabletop. Root through the L's of your hands. Tuck your toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift hips up and back, downward facing dog. Push the mat away. Let your side body stretch. Inhale. Soften your shoulders. Exhale. Send your tailbone high to the sky. Inhale. Soften ankles down. Exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come to a seat with your legs out in front of you. Janu Sirsasana. Lay your left leg long and pull your right foot to your left inner thigh. Janu twist. Bring your right hand behind you, your left hand to your knee, and twist to the right. Turn back to center. Inhale, lengthen your low back, reach your crown tall. Then exhale, hinge from the hips and start to crawl your hands forward. Fold over the left leg. Stick your butt out. Draw your left thigh down to the ground and then bend your elbows to pull yourself toward your leg. Feel the stretch in your left hamstring and breathe here. Gently start to walk your hands back and sit upright. Revolved Janu Sirsasana. Inhale as you reach your arms overhead, point your belly button toward your right knee. Then exhale, let your left arm fall on the inside edge of your left calf and stretch your right arm overhead, reaching for the left toes. Maybe your left hand will capture the inner arch of your left foot. Maybe your right hand will capture the toes. Gently make your way back up and turn to face your left foot. Stargazer, plant the right hand behind you. Then inhale as you lift your hips up, swoop your left arm along your ear, and open your chest to the sky. Take a breath out, relax the neck. Inhale, reach through the arm, aim the chest toward the sky. Breath out, let the chest puff up as the head inches back toward the floor. One more breath in here. Slowly lower your hips down and plant both feet on the ground. Janu Sirsasana, second side. Lay your right leg out long and pull your left foot to your right inner thigh. Janu twist. Place your left hand behind you. Bring your right hand to your knee and twist to the left. Gently release and turn back to center. Plant your hands on either side of your hips and press your right thigh down as you sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, hinge from your hips and start to fold over your right leg. Walk your hands out and grab for your calf or your foot. Stick your butt out, pull your right thigh down, and then bend your elbows and get a little closer to your leg. If it helps you maintain a flat back, bend your knee until your thigh connects with your low belly and fold forward from there. Then start to straighten the leg to increase the stretch in the hamstring. Gently start to walk your hands back and sit upright. Revolved Janu Sirsasana. Inhale, reach your arms overhead and turn your belly button to point at your left knee. Then let your right arm fall on the inside edge of your right leg as your left arm stretches overhead, reaching up and over for the right foot. Maybe capture your inner arch with your right hand and capture your toes with your left hand. Then pull your chest through. Bring your left hand back down and sit up nice and tall. Set the left hand behind you for stargazer pose. Then inhale and push onto your left knee as you swoop your right arm along your ear. Turn your torso toward the sky and press your hips forward. Breath out. Maybe let the head hang. Inhale, feel the opening in your chest. Breath out. Let the chest puff up as the head inches back toward the floor. Take one more inhale. Slowly lower your hips down and plant both feet on the ground. Draw the soles of your feet together and let your knees go wide. Bring your hands to your ankles. Wrap your hands around your feet, then inhale as you sit up tall. Begin to hinge at the hips. Breathe out as you pull your chest forward, straight out in front of you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Then exhale, fold down over your legs. You can put your face toward your feet or your chest toward your feet. You can completely release and let gravity pull you deeper into the stretch in your inner thighs. Or you can keep lengthening on your inhales and pulling yourself further down on your exhales. Gently raise the chest back up. Close your knees and place your feet on the mat. Cross your shins, plant your palms, and find downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, lizard pose. Step your right foot to the outside edge of your right hand. Soften your back knee down and relax your torso. Maybe let the knee fall out to the right side, or try squeezing it in tight to your shoulder. Turn your right toes out for corkscrew pose. Let your right knee fall open as you reach your right arm back and capture your back foot. If you're really open in the hip flexor, you may be able to come down onto the left forearm. Release the foot. Bring the hands back to the mat. If you lowered your elbows or your back knee, lift them back up, then push firmly through the hands. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Lift the front foot and step it back. Inhale, send the left foot up and away from you, three-legged dog. Lizard pose. Step your left foot wide, outside edge of your left hand. Gently lower your right knee down and relax your upper body. If it feels good, you can come down onto your elbows, maybe hang your head. Turn your left toes slightly out for corkscrew. Reach your left arm up and back and capture your back foot. Feel the opening in your right hip flexor. Release the foot. If you lowered your elbows or your back knee, lift them back up, then push firmly through the hands. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Pluck the left foot off the ground and step it back. Make your way to a seat, legs in front, knees bent. Press your hands down beside your hips and extend your legs out long for staff pose. Start to stick your butt out and drive your thighs into the ground. Inhale here. And then exhale, start to tilt forward. Hinge from the hips and walk your hands out in front. Maybe grab onto the calves or the feet. And then yearn the sternum forward. Let your elbows go wide and soften your torso down. Walk your hands back and lift your torso up. Draw your knees in and plant both feet on the ground. Lay your right shin bone down, parallel to the front of the mat for fire log pose. Cross your left ankle over your right knee and let your left knee fall wide. Inhale, press through your sit bones and sit up nice and tall. Exhale, walk your hands forward and fold. Relax your shoulders. Feel the opening in your outer hips. Gently start to walk your hands back towards your shins and come to a seat. Release your hands behind you and plant your feet on the ground. Put your knees at the ceiling, and if you want, let your knees just windshield wiper side to neutralize your hips. Lay your left shin bone down for fire log pose. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. Fold over the legs as you exhale. Breathe into the stretch in your outer hips. Gently start to walk your hands back in. Bring your hands behind you and plant your feet flat on the mat. Maybe let your knees fall side to side to neutralize your hips. Come to a wide-legged seat. Separate your legs wide. Flex your feet so your toes face up and stick your butt out. Twisted fold. Turn your torso toward the right leg. Reach for your outer right foot with your left hand and fold forward. Keep pulling your left rib cage toward the foot as you inhale and softening down into the fold as you exhale. Lift your torso and let your hand rest on either side of your hips. Twisted fold. Turn to face your left leg, then capture your outer left foot or calf with your right hand and fold. Slowly pull the chest closer toward the left foot as you breathe. Then release your foot or leg and come back to center. Inhale, sit up nice and tall and lengthen your low back. Then, leading with your chest, hinge from the hips and start to tilt forward. Once you reach your max, soften your chin towards your chest and soften your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and relax your inner thighs. Breath out. Slowly lift your torso back up. Draw your legs together and place your feet on the mat. Reverse tabletop. Plant the hands behind you and inhale, lift the hips up. As you exhale, make sure your shoulders are aligned directly over your wrists, knees over your ankles. Inhale. Feel the rib cage pull up toward the ceiling as the shoulders draw down towards the floor. Bring your hips down to the mat and lower all the way back. Extend both legs to the sky for plow pose. Start to lift your hips up and your whole back up and let your feet land on the floor behind you. If your hamstrings are tight, just soften your knees here. Maybe walk your elbows in and press your hands into your low back. You should feel a nice deep stretch in the upper back and neck. If you feel any uncomfortable pressure here, feel free to come down and rest in a reclined butterfly or a waterfall pose. Take a few breaths here. Feel free to stay here or move toward shoulder stand. With your hands rooted into your low back, lift both legs toward the sky. With your legs high, start to work your shoulder blades further under you. Push the hips up and drive through the toes, then soften through the chest and the face. Release your feet behind you, roll your spine all the way back down, and put your feet on the mat. Draw your knees to your chest. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let your knees fall to the left side and drape your right arm to the right. Turn your chin over the right shoulder. Return to center. Bring the feet back to the mat. Let the knees fall to the right. Extend your left arm to the left and turn the gaze left. Return to center. Bring the feet back to the mat. Happy baby. Draw both knees in wider than your rib cage. Reach for the outer feet or the hamstrings and exhale as you pull on the legs, flattening your back against the mat. Relax into the floor for a moment. Release and hug your knees to your chest. Take one last inhale. Exhale, Savasana. Lay the legs long. Let the arms come down by the hips. Turn the palms up and settle in. Start to deepen your breath. Come back into your body. Namaste.